Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley at sprinkledwithglitter.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today I will be sharing this card project which features hot foiling, ink blending, and watercolor all together. We're going to jump right into it, but before we do, I wanted to let you know that this project is part of a blog hop celebrating the new Couture edit release from Pinkfresh Studio. This is adorable. It looks so Pinkfresh, yet it is so different than anything that they've released before. I'm just running you through the products really quickly, and I wanted to mention that all of the product sets that I'm showing you now are available in stamps, press plates with coordinating stencils, and coordinating dies available. I absolutely love this darling district, and you'll be seeing another card featuring this tomorrow on my Instagram, so be sure to stay tuned. Now, this ribbon cascade is a standalone stencil set, and it creates these beautiful ribbons, perfect for any celebration. And finally, Arched Elegance is one of the only products that doesn't have all of the things. This is a stencil die combo, and it creates this really cool arched door. Today, I'm creating with the Elegant Essence, and I'm going to be using the press plate set today. Keep in mind, I'm doing hot foiling with my press plate, but you can also use these press plates with your Better Press letterpress system. But today I will be using my Glimmer hot foil system and hot foiling onto watercolor cardstock. Now, watercolor cardstock can be a little tricky for hot foiling. I wouldn't recommend it for beginners, but it does work. You're going to want to find the smoothest side of your watercolor cardstock. I'm using the Pinkfresh Studio watercolor cardstock. It's a beautiful cold press watercolor cardstock, and it took the foil really nicely. I just made sure that I found the smoothest side and I ran that through. Now, you're going to see one of the issues that can come up with hot foiling on watercolor cardstock. Because of that texture, some of my foil caught the texture and transferred. So in order to fix that, I just took a soft eraser and wiped it away, and that fixed it because there was no actual pressure pushing that onto the cardstock. It was just the contact with the foil and the cardstock. So now I am going to do some ink blending with the coordinating stencil set. And you'll notice that as I do this perfume bottle, which I think is so cute, this whole release feels very Parisian and very high fashion to me. I love it so much. But you'll notice that as I'm doing the stenciling, I'm going to skip all of the layers that are inside the bottle because I want to do watercoloring for that. So starting with stencil number 1, I used Ocean Breeze just in some places around the edge of the bottle to make it look like glass. And the top of the perfume bottle, I used Warm Buff. Now I'm going to stencil 2, and it's divided in half. So I just need the top part of the stencil. And for this, I'm going to use a gold pigment ink and kind of blend it in. Now, I wish this was a little bit more gold, but it looks a little more brown gold when I get it blended on here. But I think overall it turned out beautifully. For stencil number 3, I'm going to line that up, and it gives me the little, I don't even know what it's called, the little puffer on the on the perfume bottle, and also the center of the bow. And so for this, I'm using Ballet Slipper for that little puffer piece and a large 1-inch blending brush. And then for the center of the bow, I switched over to Coral Reef, which is the darker of the pinks that I'm using, and I used a 1/2-inch blending brush. Now I'm moving on to the next stencil, and that's going to give me the detail pieces on the perfume puffer. That's just what we're going to call it. It's also going to give me the body of the bow, which I will blend in Ballet Slipper. My Ballet Slipper, I just re-inked it not too long ago, and it's working so beautifully. If you're having issue transferring your ink pad may need to be re-inked. I've had these inks in my stash for quite some time, and they do last for a really long time, but sometimes you'll notice that as you're blending, you're just not getting the intensity that you want, and you may want to re-ink your ink pad. I did add a little bit of the Coral Reef to that bow as well, and then I'm coming in with this final stencil. You'll notice again, I have skipped all the parts that color the inside of the perfume bottle because I want to add some watercolor to that. I searched perfume art on Pinterest and I found these beautiful examples of like watercolored perfume bottles. I didn't want to have to watercolor all of the elements because that seemed like more advanced to me and I wanted to keep this really simple. So I just ink blended all of the other elements and did a watercolor for the portion that's on the inside of the perfume bottle. And that seemed to be the perfect balance for me. Now, once I have the ink blending done, I'm going to use the coordinating one-piece die and die cut all of these images because I don't want to risk getting water on the images that are surrounding my perfume bottle. So I grabbed my Pinkfresh Studio watercolors and I'm using a mixture of Coral Reef and Ballet Slipper. These are both lighter colors. And then I'll just spritz some water on my work surface with a little spray bottle and I'll grab a paintbrush and I'm going to mix those two colors together and just paint within the lines of the watercolor. Now I am being careful not to go over the hot foil line. However, if I do go over that hot foil line, the hot foil will kind of resist it, but I don't want it pooling in the part that's kind of pressed down. So I'm going right up to the line of that hot foil with my watercolor, and I don't have a ton of water on this image. I'm just allowing the color to move. Now, if I need the color to move a little bit more, I can add a little more water. But as I work through this, I'm kind of drying these in layers. I added kind of this base layer, and now I'm coming in around the edge and adding some darker spots where that color is layered up. This really doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just adding some color, and you can see I'm adding some shading kind of coming across the bottle, making parts darker, keeping the center kind of the lightest of all of the coloring that I'm doing. And then I'm heat setting each layer. Now I did also take some shimmer spritz and go over the top of the watercolor with some shimmer spritz. It's kind of hard to see, but I just added that on with my paintbrush and it gave it a little bit of shimmer. Now I also die cut these elements 2 times from some plain white cardstock, and I'm going to stack up the elements to give them a little depth and dimension on my card front. First of all, the perfume bottle, and then the bow, and I absolutely love this bow. Next, I grabbed some sentiments from the Elegant Essence press plate set, and I'm hot foiling those onto white cardstock. If I have the choice, I am going to use my normal white cardstock. So I wasn't worried about this not matching the cardstock that I used for the perfume bottle because this is the sentiment, and I've done a lot of ink blending and watercolor on those elements that we used earlier. So I'm just taking my normal white cardstock and foiling those and then die cutting them. Now I wanted to give my perfume bottle kind of a base to sit on. So I am taking the dotted fancy frames die set from Pinkfresh Studio, and I'm first die cutting the outer edge of the medium size from some ivory cardstock. Then I'm going to create a frame to go around the outside of this from some gold cardstock. You can see I'm nestling both of the dies into each other. I'm using my magnetic mat to help me keep those in place. But before I run this through, I'm going to grab some removable craft tape and hold these 2 dies together. This will allow those dies to stay in the perfect position for me to die cut another layer after I've die cut the gold layer. So you can see I've run this through my die cut machine and I'll end up with this really beautiful, delicate frame that can go around that solid piece. Now I wanted to stack that up, not a ton, but just a single layer. So I grabbed some white cardstock and I positioned these 2 dies that were taped together on the white cardstock and ran that through my die cut machine. And that's going to give me an additional layer to layer behind the gold piece. So I'm using liquid glue to attach those 2 frames together, and then some more liquid glue around the outside of that solid piece to position this gold frame on that. And I think this is like the perfect background for this perfume bottle. I added some liquid glue at the top of the bottle and added the bottle top with the little puffer. I guess that's what we're calling it. I don't know. Do you guys know the name for that little squeezy ball thing that puffs the perfume out? I guess I'm not as fancy as I thought I was because I don't know the name. I adhered that onto that dotted fancy frame shape using some foam adhesive, and then I added my bow on top and a sentiment that's been stacked up. Now, I decided to add some black to this card to make it feel very Chanel. So I have an A2 size panel of black cardstock here, and I'm lining up one corner with the 2-inch mark and one corner with the 3-inch mark, and then cutting that with my trimmer. That's going to give me the perfect angle to adhere onto my card base, which I have created from some ivory cardstock. And once I have that positioned in place, I am going to add this die cut, which is from the Lattice Glow cover plate from Pinkfresh Studio. And I've die cut that from ivory cardstock, and I'm adding it with some liquid glue. Then I added my perfume bottle there in the center, along with some iridescent dewdrops there on the side. However, I felt like it was still missing something. And so while it's beautiful, I decided that sentiment needed to be black to kind of pull in another element of black. So I refoiled that sentiment using black foil, die cut it, and then put it right over the top of that gold sentiment. And that was the perfect finishing touch for this card. I absolutely love the way it turned out and that little bit of shimmer that you get from the shimmer spray. I love all the shine of the gold elements, but most of all, it just feels very, I don't know, high fashion, Gucci, Chanel, I don't know. You can let me know in the comments below what you think it feels like. As always, I will have links to the featured products used in this project in the description at YouTube. So if you're looking for something in particular, be sure you check there. Or you can head on over to my blog at sprinkledwithglitter.com. Over there, you'll find more still shots, more information, a complete list of supplies, as well as some information on the blog hop that's happening today, celebrating this brand new Couture edit release from Pinkfresh Studio. You're going to want to check out all of these products. They are so much fun, and I cannot wait to create more with this release. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications here so you don't miss any of my paper crafting, card making, and live stream video tutorials. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.